Well, a very warm welcome to my YouTube channel, Bioverse with Pallavee. I am Pallavee Saxena, a biology educator with over 6 years of teaching experience for classes 9 to 12, where I have been mentoring students for NEET Foundation and the board examinations. Biology has always been a subject that has been close to my heart. And over the years, I have realized that students understand and enjoy the subject when it is being presented, when the concepts are being presented and explained to them in a very simple and relatable way. That's exactly what I am aiming to do through this channel, making biology easy, interesting, conceptually clear with the help of the NCERT based explanations, diagrams, and student friendly teaching methodologies. I'm truly excited to begin this learning journey with all of you. In today's video, we are starting with class 12, chapter 1 children, that is sexual reproduction in flowering plants. Before moving into the chapter, we'll understand some basic terms and concepts that help us build a very strong foundation for the topics that we are going to study ahead. So, without any further delay, let's get started and explore the fascinating world of biology together. And I wish you all a very happy learning. Yes, children. So, now we are going to first of all talk about the very first term, that is flower. What thing comes to your mind when you talk about flower? And I suppose everyone thinks about reproductive structure. Yes? So when I'm using the word flower, I am talking about the reproductive structure. Now, is the flower just about being a reproductive structure? Let's see. In kingdom plantae children, you have studied that you are having Thallophyta followed by Bryophyta, Pteridophyta, followed by Gymnosperms, and finally the most evolved form that we are now going to deal and delve deeper into are the angiosperms. Yes, and these angiosperms, these are called as the flowering plants. So means anywhere when you talk about the word flower, you are going to remember that we are talking about the angiosperms only. Now children, flowers are not just a treat for our eyes, they are the reproductive structures and they facilitate and bring about a lot of things. The first thing is that flowers do what? They enable the pollination, enable and facilitate pollination through the presence of brightly colored petals. They bring the insects closer to them. Second is they enable the fertilization of the gametes. They are concerned with the production of gametes. We'll talk about those gametes in detail when we come to the further topics. So they produce the gametes, and after they have produced the gametes, fertilization has been done. They are concerned with the production of the fruits and seeds. We need to remember in case of angiosperms, the seeds are not naked. These seeds have been covered by the fleshy part of the fruits. So children, what we understand is that the flowers play a very vital role in nature and the human life. It's not, are the symbol of beauty, emotions, traditions, togetherness, bring calm to your soul. They are of aesthetic value. And when we talk about aesthetics, we talk about floriculture. What do you understand by floriculture? Children, it is the branch of horticulture that deals with the cultivation, production, improvement, management, marketing of flowers and the ornamental plants on a very large scale. Yes. So few examples your NCERT has asked. Tell us few examples of the ornamental flowers and the flowers that are used in social and cultural gatherings. So one such example is for ornamental flowers hibiscus, rose, bougainvillea, jasmine and marigold. In the same way, flowers that are used in social and cultural celebrations are lotus, mogra, chrysanthemum, rajnigandha, and marigold. Yes. Now, children, moving on further, we are going to understand flower as a fascinating organ of angiosperms. Here we are using the word primordium, and for the very first time, children, you are using this word. Now, let us break down this word. First of all, you need to understand that this word has been derived from the Latin word that refers to first. So here the word primus refers to first. Yes, and the word ordinary, O-R-D-I-R-I, the word ordinary refers to begin or start. So means this is something that is going to form the flower. So when we talk about the primordium, it is the earliest stage or earliest, or we can call it as the embryonic stage. And then there must be some kind of characteristic feature as well of this embryonic stage, and that is that this primordium consists of meristematic tissues. What clicks to your mind when I say meristematic? I suppose everyone who is seeing this video will remember that meristematic refers to those kind of cells that are actively dividing. And when these cells are actively dividing, what is going to happen? They are, children, going to have dense cytoplasm. And together with the dense cytoplasm, they are also going to have prominent nucleus. Okay, so we understood what does the word meristematic means. And now we need to remember and understand that these meristematic tissues are going to be present where, since the flower develops in the shoot system, so they are going to be present at the tip of the shoot. That we call it as the shoot apical meristem. So these are going to be present over there. Now, when I'm saying, we see that they arise at small outgrowths of cell from the shoot apical meristem or in the axil of a bract. It gradually enlarges and differentiates into a complete flower. So means how they arise? They arise as buds or the outgrowths. And these buds or the outgrowths that are there, these are not differentiated into the different structures. So all of them are going to behave in a same undifferentiated manner. So when I use the word floral primordium, we understand that these are the primordium that are earliest recognizable stage that fully develop into a flower. Yes? Then children, we move about to the structure of flower. Now you see all the different parts of the flower in this diagram, but before moving ahead, I'll discuss what are the different components of a flower and how we can call them on the different bases. First is an incomplete flower and second is a complete flower. Incomplete means something or the other is going to be definitely missing. So children, when I'm using the word incomplete in this, it means that such kind of flowers where either the androecium is going to be present or the gynoecium is going to be present. Both of them are not present together. So such kind of flowers, children, are going to be what kind of flowers? Unisexual. Yes, such kind of flowers are unisexual. Now those kind of flowers that consist of both the androecium and the gynoecium, They come under the category of the complete flower. So here, both the structures are present. Let us talk about when only one such structure is present. When a flower that consists of only androecium, then such flower is called as a staminate flower. And the flower in which only gynoecium is present, it is called as a pistillate flower. I hope this is understood by everyone. Okay. Now, when we are talking about the complete flower, children, I need to discuss a very important thing. We are going to talk about the word whorl. Whorl is WHRORL. Now, when we'll talk about the whorls in the flower, we are going to talk about total of 4 whorls. Yes, whorl refers to some kind of circular arrangement that is there, and definitely this circular arrangement is going to be present over the thalamus on which the entire structures are present. So the collection of group of sepals would be called as children as the calyx. This is present at the first position, or it is the first whorl. Second whorl is the collection or the group of the petals, that is called as the corolla. Followed by the third whorl is the male reproductive organ, that is called as androecium, and the fourth one, or we call it as the innermost whorl, it is your gynoecium. Yes, so these all become the part of the complete whorls. So this is your male part, reproductive part, and gynoecium is the female reproductive part. Now, children, when moving on to the structure of this flower, we see that we have stamen. Stamen is the unit of reproduction of males, and that male reproductive part is called as the androecium. It consists of two parts, the anther and a long filament. Followed by, then we talk about the female reproductive organ, that is gynoecium, and its unit is pistil. Pistil consists of this as the stigma, a long hollow tube-like structure called as the style, and finally you have this ovary over here. Inside the ovary, these small balls refers to the ovules. All these are 4 whorls that are residing on a structure that is called as thalamus or receptacle, that is attached to the main branch of the stem through a stalk-like structure that is called as the pedicel. So children, a typical flower has 4 main whorls: calyx, protection; corolla, the work of attraction, that is for pollination; androecium is the male reproductive part, and gynoecium is the female reproductive part. I hope you have understood all of this. Now moving on to stamen. Stamen is the male reproductive part. Let us understand, children, about that. Okay, I am going to make 2 sac-like structures over here and a thread-like structure coming out of it. Okay, children. So, children, this hollow stalk-like structure that is coming out of the anthers, this is called as the filament. It helps it attach to the thalamus. These are called as the anthers, and you are seeing that there are 2 anther lobes, 1 and anther lobe number 2. So, because of that, these anthers are bilobed. Is it clear? Now, this filament is going to be, children, attached to the thalamus, and this thalamus is going to be attached to the filament. So let us mark it as thalamus. And the stalk-like structure, it is called as the pedicel. Now, children, we use the word close and far. So for the word close, we use proximity, and for far, we use the word distance. So When I'm going to talk about the part of the filament that is closer to the thalamus, this is called as the proximal part of the filament. And the part that is away from the thalamus, this portion is called as the distal part. I hope this is understood. Now, children, we need to understand that first of all, your anthers are bilobed. Now, inside inside each of the anther, you have a sac-like structure like this, children. So means total of four sac-like structures are present. So these sac-like structures, children, these are called as the microsporangium. What they are called as? They are called as the microsporangium, or in layman language you can call it as the pollen sacs. Clear? And these four sacs are present at the four corners of the anther together. So that is why we use the word tetrasporangiate. Okay? So what do we call it as? Anthers are bilobed. Microsporangium are the pollen sacs. Since four of these theca cells are present at the corner, they are called as the tetrasporangiate. And children, one more thing is, per lobe, you consist of only two sacs. So that is why the stamens are also called as dithecous. So children, you need to remember, inside these microsporangiums, you are going to have these small-like structures being produced that are called as the pollens, or we call it as the pollen grains. Okay. Now, the filament together with the anther forms the stamen, that is the reproductive unit of the flowering plant. That is the male reproductive part. So children, in today's lecture, we have talked about what are flowers, what is floral primordium, followed by stamen. In the next slide, we'll be further discussing about microsporogenesis and various structures related to it. Thank you, class. Hope you have enjoyed the video, understood the basics of it. Happy learning to all of you. We'll meet in the another class with other topics related to this chapter.